And welcome back, everyone. Gina Swoboda here in with us. We just heard that comment from Charlene Fernandez, head Democratic Party. Your thoughts on just as you look ahead for the Republican Party here in Arizona?
Well, I
know that's a huge question.
Yeah, no, I love it. Thank you. So where I think the Democrat Party failed last cycle, not to help Charlene. I don't think she needs help, but I do appreciate her and her frankness in the interview, is they weren't talking to the voters about the things that the voters cared about. So that's step one to convincing someone to vote for you is, do you understand me and where I'm coming from and my needs and how to improve my life? Because that is the only reason people are going to vote, right? And I just think I actually think there continues to be a lot of discussion from the Democrat Party about things that are of no meaning to the average American's life. So from my perspective, if we continue to meet the people where they are, not where we think they should be, and we address their issues, then we will succeed.
So what are the issues then? What is it that the people of Arizona care about? We have Governor Katie Hobbs, as we just heard, running for re-election, making that announcement last week. We also have 3 pretty high-profile Republicans running, 2 of whom already have the endorsement from the president.
Yes. The issues when we talk to the people, all of the people, are education, access to health care, by which we don't mean a government-funded plan with premiums that you have to subsidize when the country's bankrupt. We mean real access to health insurance so you can actually get health care, and the inflation jobs. It was border security. The president has succeeded beyond everybody's wildest expectations securing the border, so people are feeling more comfortable, and that's moving down to number 4. But we still do have concerns about the cost of living. And for young people, it's housing and jobs.
And gas prices.
And that's under the inflation bucket. And some of that, thank you. And some of that I will say, the legislature, the Republican majority in the legislature continues to try to advance bills to take us off the blend that is making it more expensive in Arizona than in other states, and the governor's not signing it.
Well, and I think the odd thing is you'll drive up to Flagstaff and you'll have one set of prices. You'll drive down to Yuma, it's $3.19. You're here in the Valley, you're in $3.99,
and it's different.
So, and let's move on to this next topic. We only have about 3 more minutes with you, but let's government shutdown and your thoughts on that. It's like this mammoth concept that is happening at the federal level, but it really does affect us here locally.
It does, my lady, and this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about vis-a-vis is the party of the left talking to the people. So we have had multiple shutdowns, and every time we've had a shutdown, the Democrat Party has said, you do not hold the people of the United States hostage over a policy issue when you couldn't get the votes for the policy issue, okay? This is a clean bill to keep the government funded, and Chuck Schumer and crew in the Senate are refusing to give the votes we need to get to 60. We don't have every single Republican is voting in the Senate to reopen the government. We need Democrat votes. Senator Fetterman in Pennsylvania is voting. It looks like Jeanne Shaheen, who is the senator from New Hampshire, who is a Democrat, wants to come on. We need Democrats to support reopening the government. If you want to talk about the ACA, also known as Obamacare subsidies, talk about that under regular order when it's time to debate a bill. The time to talk about it is not when the TSA agents aren't being paid and federal law enforcement isn't being paid. Most people, I would hazard a guess, cannot get by if you cut off their paycheck.
Right.
And that's what's happening.
Which is why a lot of people aren't going to work, for example, TSA agents.
Correct, which slows it all.
We are seeing, last Friday, they were talking about massive delays at Phoenix Sky Harbor alone, let alone, I think it was Nashville.
Well, what happened was we were flying out on Friday. It was the delays at LA.
Okay.
People calling in sick at LA. And then that plane was headed to Salt Lake City. And then that plane was late. And then that plane was headed there to Phoenix, which made it late. And so it's a domino effect.
Yes. And Senator Kelly and Senator Gallego continue to talk about wanting to increase the premium subsidies for Obamacare, which the Democrats themselves wrote in a sunset provision. Those subsidies were to get through COVID because people weren't working.
Break that down. What does that mean for the regular person?
In about a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, can do.
You're smart.
For the regular person, if you're getting your insurance through the marketplace, we took the Democrat majority took you off a lot of your employer sponsored plans to put you in the marketplace. Your premiums were subsidized during COVID because everything was closed. The Democrats, the Democrats taxpayer funding to help you afford those premiums. Democrats sunset that in a bill. Now the sunset's in effect, and they're holding the whole government hostage, saying add this to the clean bill to keep the government going. The time for that is in regular order. We're not in regular order. Stop holding the American people hostage. Reopen the government.
All right, Gina, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Gina Swoboda, head of the Republican Party here in Arizona.
I love it.
Yeah, you'll have to come back for sure. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right.